please. Thank you.
Looking for approval of the addenda and late items.
So moved by Director Facio, second by Director Popov. Discussion, hearing none, all in favor, opposed if any, item carries. Next item.
3.1 is the draft Fraser Valley Regional District Board meeting minutes of June 29th, 2022.
Thank you. It's moved. Okay, let's start again here. What's your name again?
Director Alpha.
It's moved by Director Pranger, seconded by Director Adamson. Sorry, slow down here a little bit. Next, all in favor? Opposed if any, the item carries. Next item.
Section 4 are committee minutes for information and matters arising. Happy to separate any of those items out.
Thank you. Any questions on any of the minutes? Seeing none, next item.
Item 5.1 is Financial Plan 2022 to 2026 amendment. There's a motion for your consideration.
So moved. Thank you. It's moved by Director Facio, seconded by Director Johnson. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, opposed if any, item carries.
Item 5.2 is appointment of financial auditor. There is a motion for your consideration.
Thank you. That's moved by Director Adamson, seconded by Director Pranger. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, opposed if any, item carries.
Item 5.3 is the 2022 Heritage Conservation Service Area Funding Application for Tajmi Historical Society Electoral Area A and B.
Thank you. That's moved by Director Adamson, seconded by Director Robb. Discussion.
Yes,
Director
I would like to take this opportunity to thank the finance team. They went above and beyond on this because we had a lot of things that we wanted to get done in time. I'd like to thank Kelly and Beth and Melody for their help on this, especially with the Tajmi one. That was a little complicated, and they did a really great job. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Adamson. Any other comments, questions? Hearing none, all in favor, opposed if any, the item carries. Next item.
Item 5.4 is the 2022 Community Forest Grant Application for Electoral Area B.
Thank you. That's moved by Director Adamson and seconded by Director Stobart. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, opposed if any, item carries. Next item.
Item 5.5 is a 2022 grant and aid request for the River Monsters Swim Club in Electoral Area B.
Thank you. Moved by Director Adamson, seconded by Director Rod. Discussion.
Yeah, I just want to say that tomorrow's regionals, and we have a good chance of doing good there. So it's exciting times.
Excellent. Any other comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor, opposed if any, the item carries.
Item 5.6, the 2022 grant and aid request for the Spuzzum First Nation Electoral Area B.
Thank you. Moved by Director Adamson and seconded by Director Bales. Discussion.
Yes.
Yes, go
thank
ahead.
you. I'm happy to support Spuzzum in this grant and aid request. And also they have invited anybody from the board who wants to come to their first fish ceremony. It's not this Saturday, it's Saturday after. I'll give the invite to staff and they can send it around. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor, opposed if any, the item carries. Next item.
5.7 is a 2022 grant and aid request for Sunshine Valley Volunteer Fire Department in Electoral Area B.
Thank you. It's moved by him, Director Adamson, seconded by Director Dixon. Discussion. Go ahead.
I just want to make a comment. I'm happy to support this group. They do a lot of work without being supported by the government. So it's a true volunteer fire department. They work really hard, and it's great to help them when I can. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Adamson. Any other discussion, comments? Hearing none, all in favor, opposed if any, the item carries. Next item.
Item 5.8 is a 2022 grant and aid request for the Actively Creating an Exceptional Society in Electoral Area C.
Thank you. It's moved by Director Bales, seconded by Director Adamson. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, opposed if any, the item carries. Next item.
5.9 is the 2022 grant and aid request for the Post Creek Ratepayers Association in electoral area E.
Thank you. It's moved by Director Engar. Maybe? Yes, seconded by Director Knott. Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, opposed if any, item carries. Next item. Before
5.10.
we vote on this, I'll just recognize Director Stobart.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd like to recuse myself as I'm the voluntary secretary of the organizing committee for the Derby.
Okay, so moving to item 5.10, which is the 2022 grant and aid request for the Chilliwack Area Lions Clubs in electoral area H.
Thank you. It's moved by Director Adams, seconded by Director Dixon. Discussion, hearing none. Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
I have,
Director Dixon.
well, I wanted Director Adamson to hear this, but he's out of the room right now, but just super happy to support this. The Lions Club just does an amazing job of getting this Pike Minnow Derby happening. So happy to support it. It was a great event.
Great, thank you. And any other comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor, opposed if any, the item carries. Next item.
Item
Oh, we'll
5.11.
just, sorry, I'll just wait. We'll grab Director Stobart.
Item 5.11 is the 2022 grant and aid request for the Columbia Valley Volunteer Fire Department in electoral area H.
Thank you. It's moved by Director Dixon, seconded by Director Adamson. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, opposed if any, the item carries. Next item.
5.12 is the 2022 grant and aid request for the Cultus Lake Volunteer Fire Department in electoral area H.
It's moved by Director Dixon, seconded by Director Shields. All in favor, opposed, item carries. Next item.
6.1 is the Fraser Valley Regional District Board and Committee Procedures Bylaw Amendment Bylaw number 1665.
So moved.
Thank you. It's moved by Director Facio, second by Director Popo. Discussion, hearing none, all in favor, opposed if any, the item carries. Next item.
There's actually a motion number 2.
Oh,
Mr. Chair.
sorry, motion number 2 is moved by Director Ross, second by Director Falk. Discussion. Here I see Director Dixon's light on, but maybe it's not supposed to be. Nope, perfect. I don't see any other discussion. All in favor, opposed if any, item carries. Next item.
Motion number 3.
That's moved by Director Shields, seconded by Director Johnson. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, opposed if any, the item carries. Next item.
6.2 is the Fraser Valley Regional District Board Members Oath of Office Bylaw number 1664.
Okay, so first reading is moved by Director Pranger, seconded by Director Stobart. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, opposed if any, item carries. Motion number 2.
Move
which is
second.
Second and third is moved by Director Facio, seconded by Director Lowen. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, opposed if any, item carries. And what we on motion number 3, adoption is moved by Director Blue, second by Director Dixon. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, opposed if any, the item carries. Next item.
6.3 is a new second reading of the Fraser Valley Regional District Zoning Bylaw number 1638.
Okay, so this is EAs. And it's moved by Director Dixon, second by Director Stobart. Discussion. I think this motion has the most that's in it that I've seen in a while. No discussion, called question, all in favor, opposed if any, item carries. And motion number 2. This is for all. It's moved by Director Bales, seconded by Director Popov. Discussion, hearing none, all in favor, opposed if any, item carries. Next item.
6.4 is zoning amendment bylaw number 1649 for a 33 lot residential subdivision at 52425 Yale Road in electoral area D.
Thank you. This is EAs. It's moved by Director Dickey, seconded by Director Adamson. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, opposed if any, item carries. And motion number 2 is moved by Director Popov, seconded by Director Shields. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, opposed if any, the item carries. Next item.
6.5 is the Fraser Valley Regional District Omnibus Official Community Plan Amendment Bylaw number 1668.
Okay, this is EAs. For motion number one, it's moved by Director Adamson, second by Director Stobart. Discussion. So I rescind that comment about the other one having more that's because this has that, and a further that. So I think we've got more that's in this one. No discussion, call the question, all in favor, opposed if any. Item carries. Motion number two, this is for all. Moved by Director Pranger, seconded by Director Facio. Discussion, hearing none, all in favor, opposed if any, item carries. Next item.
6.6 is the Fraser Valley Regional District DeRoche Water System Service Area Amendment Bylaw number 1667.
Thank you. That's moved by Director Knott, seconded by Director Stobart. Discussion. Director Crawford, was that discussion on that item or nope? Okay, don't see any discussion. Call the question. All in favor, opposed if any, item carries. Motion number two, second and third is moved by Director Engar, seconded by Director Crawford. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, opposed if any, item carries. Next item.
6.7 is the Hatsick Prairie Water System Service Area Amendment Bylaw number 1601.
Move Director Davidson.
It's moved by Director Davidson, seconded by Director Diggy. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, opposed if any, item carries. Motion number two.
Move Davidson.
Moved by Davidson, seconded by Adamson. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, opposed if any, item carries. Next item.
6.8 is the North Bend Sewer System Service Area Amendment Bylaw number 1639.
Thank you. Motion number one is moved by Director Adamson, seconded by Director Johnson. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, opposed if any, item carries. Motion number two, second and third reading is moved by Director Popov, seconded by Director Stobart. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, opposed if any, item carries. Next item.
7.1 is a modified 2 homes on 1 lot covenant to allow for personal care use at 1401 Maple Rock Drive in electoral area H.
Thank you. This is moved by Director Dixon, seconded by Director Dickey. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, opposed if any, the item carries. Next item.
7.2 is the Popcom Fire Department apparatus replacement. There's a motion for your consideration.
Thank you. It's moved by Director Dickey, seconded by Director Adamson. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, opposed if any, the item carries. Next item.
7.3 is agreements for equipment and labor at hourly rates.
Thank you. It's moved by Director Shields, seconded by Director Lowen. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, opposed if any, item carries. Next item.
8.1 is an information item. It's the 2022 FVRD second quarter report.
Thank you. Any questions on second quarter report? Don't hear any. Next item.
8.2 is the Wastewise Program Source Separation Bylaw update. Again, it's an information item. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Questions on this item? Don't hear any. Next item.
8.3 is the Regional Growth Strategy Engagement update. Again, an information item.
Thank you. Any questions on this? A lot of work going on behind the scenes with staff, organizing meetings, a lot of different stakeholder meetings that are happening. So good work there. Don't see any other comments. Next item.
8.4 is the Fire Smart Critical Infrastructure Assessments. Again, this is an information item.
Any questions, comments on
Davidson.
Fire Smart? Go ahead, Director Davidson.
Yeah, so I'm just noticing that on the HTML agenda on the website that a lot of these attachments are just coming up blank. They're for information only. that's fine. I just want to draw staff's attention to it. Hopefully, I'm sure it's in the full agenda. The HTML version is throwing some issues right now. Thank you.
We'll take a look at that.
Okay, we'll have a look. I know, actually, when I clicked on it on my phone, I noticed it took some time to load, but I'm not sure if that's the issue or not. And it just showed blank until that PDF loaded. Director Engar?
Yes, thanks, Chair. Just a thought that great work by Mr. Schellenberg to get out the word this spring in our valley, specifically to the neighborhood assessments. And I'm really hopeful that we can carry this forward into the coming years and take advantage of every provincial opportunity for funding to better protect citizens during climate change, which we're feeling today. It's darn warm out there, and I'm certainly noticing the change in our area, and we want to be prepared. So thanks for the ongoing work, and I encourage staff to maintain close contact with the province to take full advantage of all the monies coming in this area. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Engar. Any other comments on FireSmart?
Yeah, Adamson.
Go ahead, Director Adamson.
Yeah, I'd also like to, I'm not sure if it's exactly this particular thing, but the FireSmart, both my communities, Sunshine Valley, Dogwood, 3 communities, Yale, are all excited about the chipping program, which is coming through this gentleman as well. And that's exciting. They're all excited about it. Thanks.
Thank you. Any other comments on FireSmart? Don't see any. Next item.
8.5 is the Harrison Mills Neighborhood Plan Progress Update for July 2022.
Thank you. Any questions on Harrison Mills? Director Bales? Nope. You're good. Okay. Next item.
8.6 is Rogers Telecommunications Facility at 55601 Keepers Road in Electoral Area A. There is a motion for your consideration.
Thank you. Need a mover and a seconder on this. Moved by Director Johnson, second by Director Bales. Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, opposed if any, the item carries. Next item.
8.7 is processing of in-stream OCP and zoning amendment applications under the Fraser Valley Regional District Consolidated Zoning Bylaw number 1638.
Thank you. This is EAs. Moved by Director Stobart, second by Director Dixon. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, opposed if any, item carries. Next item.
8.8 is a lifeguard trainee program proposal. There's a motion for your consideration.
So moved.
Thank you. It's moved by Director Facio, seconded by Director Pranger. Discussion. Director Adamson.
Yeah, no, I'm all in favor of this. It worked in the past. In fact, my daughter got hired this way as a lifeguard. It's all great. I think the only other thing we can do, I mean, everybody's hurting for lifeguards. It's amazing how suddenly there's no lifeguards. So I think we should do a write-in campaign to get Baywatch back on TV. I think it'll be a big help. Yeah.
Okay. Any other ideas, comments while we're spitballing here at the table? Don't see any.
Just, sorry,
Director Facio.
Sorry, Mr. Chairman, just for the staff. I fully support this. It's a great program. Is this just specific for the 2 specific areas that you mentioned in the report, or can an outside body come and join or pay whatever the fees may be for the program?
Ms. Kinnaman?
Through the chair to Director Faso, I'm not entirely sure I understand the question.
Okay, I'll put it this way. Say that Harrison, short of lifeguards, and they wanted to enter into this program, would that be open to outside other than the specific 2 areas that you mentioned in the report?
Through the chair to Director Facio, at this time, we're trying to just address the lifeguard shortages that we have that are critical in our own facilities.
Okay.
But certainly, I think that as time goes forward, there might be some opportunities to collaborate as a region on this challenge. But I think one of the biggest issues really is that we're dealing with different collective agreements across the board. And so sometimes that can get tricky, but for right now, we're really just wanting to make sure that we can keep the doors open and the pool up in Boston Bar, North Bend, available during the hot summer months.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Director Adams.
I just have something to add to that. I think other communities are doing their own program, like some are offering $20 for the license, for the course. That's usually 160. So Harrison could do whatever they want. They can just, say, we're not gonna have, you have to pay for it or whatever to encourage the kids to get in. That's what we're doing. That's all we're doing. Yeah, thanks. Bye.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor, opposed if any, the item carries. Next item.
8.9 is the Canada Community Building Fund 2022 Strategic Priorities Fund applications.
Thank you. Mover and seconder, it's moved by Director Dickey, seconded by Director Popo. Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor, opposed if any, item carries. Next item.
8.10 is the provincial order in council number 414, which are amendments to the city of Chilliwack and electoral area H's boundaries. It's just an information item. It's something that's been underway for some time. I thought the board should be aware.
Thank you. Any questions on the boundary changes to OSC? No. Don't see any. Call the question. Oh, sorry, that's information. Next item.
9.1 is items for information, which is the Fraser Basin Council Fraser Valley update. Just happy to answer any questions if we can.
Thank you. Questions on the FBC updates? Don't hear any. Next item.
Item 12 is reports by board directors.
Thank you. It's your opportunity, Director Adams. We haven't heard from you.
Yeah, thank you. The community center in Yale has started up its jam session. It's on the third, it's on the third Sunday of the month, but after this month, after August, it'll be first and third Sundays. Last couple of months, we've had about 11 players, 30 to 40 in the audience, and it's been well received. So we're going to double it up and make it two times a month. I think that's, Sunshine Valley, the Tajmi Museum has, I think it's called like a writer in residence for a couple of weeks. They're doing a graphic novel, I believe, of a play that they had put on back east. They came out and they're here for the next couple of weeks. It's a good time to go up and check out the museum. And that's about it for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Adamson. Director Johnson, you.
Thank you. The AC pool in North Bend opened 2 days ago, and I really appreciate the tireless efforts of Joe Dixon and Stacy Barker to line up lifeguards for our pool. Our volunteer fire department has moved into their new location, and discussions are ongoing in order to get materials compiled for the third bay that they wish to have built. And I did repost a reminder in our update paper for the community about the free home ignition zone assessment. And I've also scheduled a town meeting for August 22nd with MLA Jackie Taggart and MP Brad Viss. So they'll begin with opening comments, and then they're going to open the floor to the community for questions and answers. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Director Johnson. Director Dixon.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Not really a report, but this is a thanks that hopefully Ms. Kinnaman, you could pass along to whoever it was that cleaned the Area H sign. Because I did notice that it was kind of, gray and maybe even moldy looking, and thought I should stop one day, but that never happened. And then all of a sudden, poof, it was all cleaned up. Looks fabulous. So please pass along my thanks to the crew that took care of that.
Thank you, Director Dixon. Any other reports from board directors? Don't see any, nothing online. Okay, next item.
Next is public question period for items relevant to the agenda. So we'll just turn things over to our corporate officer, Jamie Van Ness.
Sven Ness.
Thank you.
We don't have anybody joining us in the boardroom tonight. We have not received any written questions. We do have one member of the public that's joining us on Zoom tonight. This would be your opportunity to ask a question relevant to the agenda and just hit that raise hand function. I see there's a Mike Vanden Bosch. If you have a question for the board relevant to the agenda, this would be your opportunity to ask a question. And it doesn't appear that our viewer has a question, and we can move on to the next item.
Thank you. Ms. Kinnaman, next item.
Looking for a resolution to close the meeting.
Moved. It's moved by Director Facio, seconded by Director Not. All in favor, opposed, if any item carries. We are adjourned. No, sorry.
Not
we are-
adjourned.